Hey, what's up? So you went to Temu. You just bought a motorcycle or a moped, just like I did. I bought a Dongfang Super 170cc, and I want to install a USB charger on it. So I went online, I went on Temu, and I bought one of these cheap chargers, with USB chargers. And guess what? No instructions. I have no clue. It's just wires. The thing, just came in with wires and no instructions, nothing. Let me show you. All right, so first, this is the moped that I bought. This is the motorcycle. This is a Dongfang Super 170cc's. Okay, so this is the motorcycle. First of all, this is the one that I bought. So if you bought one and you want to install a USB charger, I'm gonna show you how to do it. So this is the one that I bought. If you can see, I like it because I like it because it was cheap, and this light turns on. It's not on right now, but it does turns on. So, it came with all these wires. It's just wires. I added these tapes on it, just to kind of like to sort them out. Okay, so first thing you want to do is take the switch, you see the wires, and sort them out, so you can know what you're dealing with. So take the red and put them together like this. Black and black, put them together. You're gonna notice that this is thicker and this is a little bit thinner. This one is thicker and this one is a little bit thinner. Now there's another black. Okay, there's 3 blacks. But the difference, between this black and the other, between this black, the one that I have with the tape, and the one with that I just put them together, is that this one has a white stripe. Look, you see? So that one you can set it apart, and this is what I did. I put some tape, and the green I put some tape on the little tip too. Okay. So that's what you want to do. You want to put them together, because what we're gonna do is we're not gonna use. In my case, I'm not gonna use right now. I'm not gonna use the positive and the negative. So I'm not gonna use them, right? So what they do is that these ones, they are for the switch. If you look for the instructions on the wires, I have to look for them on the internet. I'm gonna actually upload it here on the video so you can see what they mean, what all the cables mean. So the thick black one is it's the negative for the USB. The thin black is the negative for the light. What lights this up, this goes like in blue, right? When it turns on, it goes in blue. So, and the red thick one is the one that goes on positive for the USB, that gives energy to the USB, and the little red, the thin red one is the one that gives energy to the light that turns blue in this switch. This is what kills the switch, but we're not gonna use them. So this is what I did. But if you want to do exactly what I'm doing, this is what you're gonna do. Okay. Next thing is you're gonna need one of these test lights. The electricians they use, they have this little clamp, this little alligator clamp. You're gonna go to the battery, you're gonna uncover the battery of your motorcycle, and this, in my case, it's right here. You see, there's the seat, and here's the floor. You uncover it, and right there's the battery. So we're gonna use the alligator thing, and we're going to connect it to the negative terminal. you're gonna go to the front of the bike and you're gonna remove this part, you know, which goes over here. Originally it's right here. All it requires is just to remove 2 screws that you're gonna see. One, it's gonna be right here below here, like right here, and the other one is gonna be like right here. You see them? It's just 2 screws, okay? So once you unscrew it and you remove that part, you're gonna go right inside. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me get some more light. Okay, I hope there's more light now. It looks better. So what we're looking is for the cables that are connected to the ignition of the moped. Ignition, when I say ignition, it means this, the keys, right? You know what lights up the ignition, that lights up the dashboard, you know, from the motorcycle. So when you turn on the accessories, you know, this goes all bright, you know, and so when you turn on the switch, you know, like you got energy in the motorcycle. So when you turn it off, it goes off. So what you want to look is for the cables inside here that supply energy. They supply energy when you turn on the switch. So when you do this action, so you're looking for the cable, for one of the cables that are inside here that supplies that energy, okay, that is connected to the positive terminal into the battery. So I had to go through a bunch of videos. I had to watch a lot of things and learn about how to use the tools to understand, you know, how it works. So like I said, so let's go back. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna connect the little tool to the negative terminal in the battery, and you're gonna use this little thing to look for in here which cable, which one of those cables supplies energy whenever you turn on the switch, you know. So you're gonna see different cables, you know, right there. So in this case, I just, you know, I start guessing, you know, and I start like looking, you know, like I see, you know, there's different plugs and stuff, you know. So I took a guess and I start like testing, you know, like the different ones, you know. So in this case, you know, so you're just gonna like, what I'm doing is you want to touch the metal part inside, you know, and you see in this case it lights up, you know, right? This is lighting up right now, so we can see that there's energy, right? But the moped is not on, you know. So what we're looking is for one that supplies energy when the key is on. So you see it's on now. There's a light there. So you're just gonna like start looking for one. So this one, the one that we test first at the beginning, it still has energy, but it also has energy when you turn it off. Look, off, motorcycle is off, everything is off, but the light's still on. So you don't want that one, because what you want is you want to connect it to a cable that shuts off the electricity when you turn off the ignition. So in this case, this is not a good one for me. Now let's try the next one. In this case, so this one, when you touch it, it's not supplying energy. Okay. Now let's try it with the accessories of the motorcycle with the switch on. Now the switch on, and the light is on. So that's exactly what we're looking for. That means if the light is on, when the switch of the motorcycle, it's on, right? It's on, everything is on. That means that cable it's supplying energy to the motorcycle when the switch is on. So let's see it one more time, just one more time. We're gonna turn off the switch. Just turn off the switch and look at the light. That's what we're looking for. We can keep testing the rest of them, okay? We can keep testing them, but that's the one that I'm looking for. That's the one that I'm gonna use. We can keep looking. We can, you know, this one, no, this one's not supplying energy. No, so you see where I'm trying to touch the metals, you know, that are inside there. No, it's not supplying energy. No, let's see with the switch on. Now the switch is on. Let's see what happens. No. No. This one gives me energy. And this one does give me energy. But remember, this one, the first one right there, it's giving me energy, but it also gives energy when the motorcycle is off. So you don't want that. You want the one that has energy that doesn't have energy when the motorcycle is also off. Now, so what does that mean? That means that we're gonna take this cable, the red ones which are the positives. They're gonna go right there in our first cables, the ones that we found, which is this ones. In this case, the cable is, I can barely see it, but it's just gonna be, just follow the trail for this cables right here. And this, so we got 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want this one, and there, and right there we're gonna put the red one. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the battery, and remember we used to have this on the negative. So now we're gonna go to the positive because we want to find some ground. Okay, right? So from the negative, now we're gonna go to the other side of the battery, which is the positive, because we're gonna look with this thing. We're gonna look for some ground while the switch is on. So you can turn this on. And you see the accessories are on, and we're gonna find right there in between all those cables when the lights goes on, when the light turns on, as the motorcycle is on too, that's gonna be our ground. That's not it. Okay, one. Let's test this one. That's not working. No. There it goes. So it's that one. It's that one right there. Can you guys see it right there? That is the ground. And it should, so that light should go off. It should go off as we turn off the accessories. We're gonna turn off the accessories. Oh wait, did I get it right? Oh, that one is a ground too. Hold on, yeah, that one is a ground too. Oh, I see, but the difference is that when you turn that on, when you turn on the accessories, I just turn on the accessories and it shuts off the electricity. So you don't want that. You want the one that is connected to the battery. And the light goes on when this is on. it goes. So those are, this is the positive in this case. This is gonna be our positive. And this is gonna be our negative. Okay? That means, right, you know, that our red cables goes in the first one, in the positives, and our black cables, can you see it? It's the black cables that I put together goes on the negative, you know, which goes to ground. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little extension. Just a tiny little, I have some cables here at home, some extra cables, you know, so I did a little extension, and I used this little metal thingy. It's like, it has like a round tip. See if you guys can see it. You see? It's like, it's rounded, you know, so I added there because what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like plug it. I'm gonna add it to the plug, you know, instead of like cutting cables or you know, doing holes or whatsoever. I'm just gonna I'm gonna add it as an extra plug, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like, basically I'm gonna add this, right? I'm gonna add it to the positive, you know, to the positive, and I'm gonna add another extension with another one to the negative, you know. So the reason why I'm gonna do that, the reason why I want to add more extra cable is so that I can have extra room in case, you know, like we pulled, you know, I pulled the cable, or, you know, by mistake or something, you know, we got some extra room, you know, to play with it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a solder, you know. Here's the soldering thing, you know, because I'm gonna solder it. I tried to use one of this, you know, to put them together, to put the cables together, but I don't have the tools, you know, to squash it, so I'm just simply gonna solder it. So I just tied up, you know, the cables. I put them together just like that, you know. I kind of like twist them, you know, together, and now we're gonna start soldering. Make sure you turn on the fans. I turn on the fan, you know, so that I can have proper ventilation here. And where is it? Oh, there it is. This is the final result. It's not perfect, but it will do it. I know this light is not good, you know, but let's see. Oh, there he goes. There it is. That's probably better. So that's it. So now we have the extension, you see, with this connected to the positive, and now we need to add the negative. So we got the cable over here. We're gonna cut it. So a nice little piece like that. It's like the same, you know, you want kind of like the same size, you know, from the previous one. Tool, you know, to cut it. So this tool, this is a tool that you need. You don't need it. You can use a knife. You can always use a knife, but the problem of using a knife is that you risk cutting the little hairs, you know, that are inside, you know, inside the little the wire. And when you cut the wires and you lose the hairs, then you're gonna add more resistance into your cables, which can cause eventually, I think it's a short circuit. So what you want to do is you want to use one of these tools, and you're gonna find the size of your cable and you're gonna cut it with it. And I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with it. Guys, this is a 1.3. I think you can barely see it. You know, there's some numbers over there, you know, but it's kind of like in the middle. So we're gonna like pinch it, locked it with the lock, and kind of like we're gonna twist it around. Wait, I'm so sorry. First, we're actually just cutting the cable. So now what we want to do is just get those hairs out, you know. So we're gonna get like a little bit of it with the tool. We cut the cable and we got the hairs out. Now we're gonna get another little piece of hair, you know, this side. There we go. We got it there. So we're gonna now get the hairs. So we got the hairs out, right? And we cut the cable and we got the hairs out. Now we're gonna get another little piece of hair, you know, this side. There we go, we got it there. So what I did is that I used a fork to open the entrances, you know, to open this little thing. Those where we're gonna place the little hairs, you know, from the cables. And we're gonna use this tool, you know, to close it out. You can get it. There you go. Even really nice and tight. That will do it. Pretty nice. Testing it with my fingers, kind of like pulling it to the back. That's pretty good. Now we're gonna solder the other side, but first we need to attach it, you know, to the negative. Put them together and twist them together. Now we're gonna start the soldering process. See if I can do it. See if I can do it with the camera so you guys can see it. I really need one of those things that holds cameras. So this is hot already, so don't touch it. Those fumes are really toxic, so don't. I'll do it. And let's finish it. There's just a little room. There's just a little bit more. There's room for improvement. You see, it's kind of a little bit bad. You know, you want to cover the whole thing, and that's why you need the proper tools to do it. So we're gonna finish it. Gonna add just a tiny little bit in the below. That's why. This is dangerous what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, it's not like super bad. You know, it's bad. It's not perfect. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it will do the job. You know, now if you want to like correct it like later, and so now this is the. So now this is the final result. So we got the switch, right? You know, and the both cables that we're not gonna use, and the extension. Okay. Of course, we want to cover this, you know, with the black tape, you know, which is what I'm gonna do right now. All right. So I covered them with black tape, you know, which you can use that little thing. You know, it's like a plastic thing that seals the whole thing, but I don't have none of those. So in this case, I'm just using black tape and just putting it around. You know, maybe a little bit later I can work on it and put the sealer. You know, it will be just better. But this is the final result. You know, from the whole part. You know, remember there's two cables that we're not using. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave them like that. All right, guys. So we're almost done. Okay, so now. In my case, this is what I did. Hold on. Alexa, turn off loose. I can barely see, you know. Can you guys see better? So what I did is I bought these little pieces that goes in your mirrors. You can add them to your mirrors and you put them there. And I bought them so I can put the cell phone I put the cell phone on this side. And the charger, you know, actually I would like to do it the other way. I'm probably just gonna, actually the charger, I want the switch of the charger on this side. Let's see if we can do it that way. I couldn't make a decision, so I guess I'm just gonna leave it here maybe. I moved this thing, it was here, I move it here. I don't know, I'm kind of there. I might change my mind later, but I'm just gonna try it there for the moment. So the cable, I'm just gonna run it through here, through the neck, and here we are in the front. So Alexa, turn on loose. So now all we gotta do is just plug it. So first we got the red. So we're gonna look for our plugs, and we established that this was here, the positive, and this was the negative. So I'm just gonna like plug it there. Okay, positive is plugged, so you can see it's right there in the socket. It's making contact with the metal, and now we're gonna plug the negative. Alright, so they're both in. One in the positive and the other one in the negative. So the switch should turn on now as I turn on the scooter. Yep, it is working. You see? Perfectly working. I'm actually liking it there because I see the light. That light is too bright. So when whenever I'm traveling, it's just gonna be a little bit distracting. That light's gonna distract me. So I can put the cell phone there. It's gonna cover it, and it's actually gonna, make this brighter. So I like it. That's perfectly fine with me. Alright guys, so the next is just cleaning up the mess, and the last step, hold on. We're gonna actually secure the cables with, with a tie wrap, maybe like on this one. That's the last step. So last step as promised. So this is what I did. I used a tie wrap, and you don't want to leave a mess, when you're working with cables, you want it. So there is our plugs. I like pulling it. Oh, there's our plugs there. One kind of came apart and came out, so I'm kind of gonna have to make sure it's tight there. Okay, so that's better. Kind of leave enough room, for the cables, just to hang just a little bit. It's a tie wrap. I'm eventually gonna put this a little bit more secure, because we saw, that this one came out. So you don't want that, obviously, and I'm just gonna, put it, gonna leave it like that there for the moment. So I guess that's it, guys. All right, thank you for watching my video.